season is tipped off, Richard. How important is it to get things off to a good start?
I'd say it's fairly important, but this is a long season, Kevin. It's about sustaining a high level of play consistently.
And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Mitchell is up there with the Okoro. And it's Hunter in at the 3.
He's a magician inside. Curry always finds a window.
Allen, a screen on Butler. Here's Mitchell, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
So it's the Warriors now, following the score by Cleveland. To the inside, Mobley. Back to Okoro. Mitchell looking it over. Okoro setting the pick for Mitchell. Just 5 on the clock. Latrey and Okoro with the basket on the assist by Mitchell.
Loading up to stop Mitchell can lead to big breakdowns defensively.
And one thing we see from Isaac Okoro almost every night, Richard, his defense is spot on.
Yeah, he's shutting down some of the top guys. This team feels like he's one of the best on-ball defenders in the league. And as a bonus, his offensive game is starting to come around.
And that one's good. Hunter.
A very consistent three-point shooter. Hunter shoots it well from there because of how confident he is.
Here's Curry with the 3. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Mitchell finds Mobley. It's rebounded by Golden State. Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Steve Kerr gave me a few minutes to catch up with him, and his priority this time out is trying to make it hard for Donovan Mitchell. He told me Donovan is an elite 3-level scorer. It's going to take more than one player to slow him down. We need all 5 guys communicating and working together defensively. A big challenge. Guys?
Thank you, David. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Hunter, the pass to Okoro. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it out to Allen. Okoro with it. Curry meets him. For 3, Mitchell.
And you got to admire the tough-nosed nature of Butler, not allowing scorers to get comfortable when he's on them. And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
Strong work all around. And the rebound and the stuff both. Wow. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in.
2 minutes remaining.
Butler sets a screen for Curry. The kick outside to Butler. 5 to shoot. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
Not many guys with Butler's build have his skill set inside.
The Cavaliers have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Allen, a screen on Butler. Butler against Mitchell. Over Butler. The shot by Mitchell, no good.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
Off target from outside.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Richard, we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
Where there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Looking unstoppable. Even the foul can't hold back Curry's shot.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Warriors?
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
There's the all-around game of Butler. A nice assist to cash in on that possession.
And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
35 seconds left to play in the first. It's tipped.
Stealing a ball in the NBA, it takes more than quickness. It takes smarts. Run it.
Here's Green. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
Oh, man, and that is why Mitchell has won a dunk contest before. He knows how to get a few style points.
Curry looking around. The kick outside to Butler. Top of the key, Jackson Davis. Got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Isaac Okoro out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Hunter in at the small forward. Here's Curry following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. Curry kicks to Butler. Outside, Kuminga. Clock at 4. And out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it. When it comes to players who like having fun, great Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
And so Green will bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
Live by the 3, die by the 3. If you're perimeter dependent, you don't really know game to game how it's going to go.
You would have liked to have seen them make some adjustments and attack the rim, but they just kept firing from distance and couldn't get much to fall.
Now, here's Mitchell. After the miss from Stephen Curry. And Allen slams it in.
And this is why you feed the big fella Allen on the inside. With his size, he is a major threat anywhere around that hoop.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And the 3 off target. Cleveland's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Allen kicks to Hunter. Mitchell against Butler. Mitchell passes to Allen. Hunter for 3. A basket good off the assist from Allen.
3 ball.
And now a 3-point Cleveland lead. Pass to Butler. They need this. Back to Curry. Back to Butler. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here.
Now let's take a look at Steph Curry's numbers. Coming off a terrific season. And of course, he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket. Top 10 in scoring.
And back to his free throw shooting percentage, second in the league. I never saw lapses in his concentration at all. Always completely focused, completely automatic.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And while Mitchell is about 6'3", his wingspan is 6'10". That's what helps him finish.
Curry kicks to Green. Hunter against Butler. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate
said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Curry getting it done inside.
So challenging to guard in pick and rolls. Curry excels at exploiting the defense in these sets.
Okoro finds Mitchell. Pass to Hunter. Now Okoro. Kicks it out to Allen. And again, it's Cleveland.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Mitchell against Butler. Mitchell, this is to Allen. Mitchell outside. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Now the defense has no answer for Mitchell's leaping ability. This man goes up and he will put it down on you quick.
Here's Curry. Curry gets inside and lays it in.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
Allen with the screen for Mitchell. Driving the lane, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
Right now, this is what you want to see. Mitchell playing without hesitation and just taking quality shots.
Now here's Butler. Hard earned by Butler.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Kuminga. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Here's Curry. Evan Mobley with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Okoro, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Cleveland. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Good to be with you for halftime. Let's check in on the NBA action coming up later tonight. For the Wizards, they'll be up against the 76ers out in Philadelphia. That one tips off at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Gentlemen, I can't wait for that game. We've been talking about it for a while.
Two great teams just going at it. We'll see which style of play wins out.
Now let's talk about our featured game. Guys, Donovan Mitchell was the star of that first half.
You like how he's attacked.
That'll do it for our show.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Curry has been sensational.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. We've got Looney. Buddy Hield is out there with Gary Payton II. And it's Santos in at the 3 slot. No problems knocking that one down.
A true display of Hield's accuracy, surprising the defense with the deep shot.
There's Garland. Out to Wade. Payton against Garland. They set the pick. And he drives in. 6 to shoot. The shot by Thompson, no good. The Warriors trail. Pass to Hield. For the lead. It's rebounded by Cleveland. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. And Let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Warriors have found something with Draymond Green and Trace Jackson-Davis inside. Green says, with the rim protected by Trace, I can just play off instinct and read the game. Jackson-Davis says, being able to interchange with him is great. The things he teaches me has helped my game a lot. Kevin?
I'd love to hear those stories. Thanks, David.
An equally gifted scorer and passer, Garland, unselfishness, it just keeps the defense on its toes.
So, Richard, when you look at Max Strus, what does he provide for this team?
Well, one, he's battle-tested, Kevin. He's a fearless shooter, and he's a guy that can get on a roll and hit clutch shots.
Hield can't hit.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting one of the past 4 shots to fall.
Now, here's Garland. Defense right on him. Inside. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Payton. And the dunk by Payton.
And that is a great move off the baseline and a big-time play at the basket.
A great, fantastic reverse dunk. Had to get up high for that one. Garland feeling it out a little bit. Out to Thompson. Tries a 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland. Thompson's got the lead up to 8 now for Cleveland. Now, here's Looney. Wade is covering. Driving to the basket. Here's Post. Unable to get that one. Good D by Thompson.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Back to Garland. The 3. And another 3 for Cleveland.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Counted, and the Cavalier lead has been cut back down to 8 points. They needed that one from Hield. Outside, Green. Out to Thompson. 1:16 left in the third. Wade outside. Back to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Oh, why dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. And here's Cleveland. They're on a 14-5 run here. The wide-open look here for Garland, and it's Looney with the rebound.
They say it's a make-or-miss league, and there are some times that you miss.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Here's Garland. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the dunk by Payton.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Warriors trail by 6. It's stolen by Wade. Now, here's Garland. A 3 from Strus. No good. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Curry outside. Wow, Curry automatic from deep.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
but it took them a little while to get there.
And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Cavaliers lead by 3. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter, what is still anybody's ball game. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Isaac and Okoro out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Hunter in at the small forward spot. Allen shot is off. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. And following this one, take on the Hornets in New Orleans. Sets in motion a 4-game road trip for him.
The way that Curry reads the floor, he could get double-digit assists on any night if he wanted to.
Okoro setting the pick for Mitchell. In the corner, it's Hunter. Shot clock at 5. Cleveland moving the ball around. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Beyond the arc. Okoro shot is off. Golden State's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Kuminga the pass to Green. Now here's Butler. Covered by Hunter. To take the lead. A beautiful reverse layup. Curry's got 22 points.
And this has become expected from Curry. Everyone knows how dangerous he is at getting to his spots and capitalizing.
Okoro setting the pick for Mitchell. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Here's Curry. Jared Allen grabs the miss.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
Pass to Mobley. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
In the corner, it's Mobley. It's stolen by Green. Kuminga, screen on Mitchell. Curry kicks to Kuminga. Outside, Green. Butler on the wing. There's the screen. In the paint, Butler.
And Butler, no stranger to these pressure situations. A big-time gamer who knows how to take over on key possessions.
Mitchell passes to Allen. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. And the Cavaliers lead by 1.
And look at how ready Allen was to fight for it. He's willing to go to battle for his team.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Kuminga. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Pass to Hunter. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, we saw this from Hunter in the tournament. When Virginia won the championship, he was a clutch performer.
Butler sets a screen for Curry. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Curry's got 4 this quarter.
I think we knew who was firing off the shot here. Curry is just too consistent not to be trusted with it.
Here's Mitchell driving in. Pass to Okoro. Looking for Allen. He gets it there. Here's Mitchell. And stolen by Butler. Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
And everyone knows Butler is a lockdown defender, but also terrific at coming up with steal.
Mitchell outside. Outside Kuminga. Curry on the wing. Covered by Okoro. back at 6. Here's Curry. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Official, the coach's challenge has been.
Now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Allen, a screen on Curry. A kick out to Mobley.
And, you could see him baiting into that one. He was just waiting on that pass, and as soon as it came out of the post, he was all over.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
If they've got a surefire quick bucket play, let's just say now's the time to use it.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And they go to the intentional foul. It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
And those were some big-time shots. Those free throws helping make this a 3-point game.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
And they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbounds, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter.
Near the 3-point line, it's Mitchell on the money.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel calm.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching tonight.
open. Night. Great to be here with you, Clark.
Always great to be with you as well, BA. And this is perhaps my favorite night of the year when you talk about the NBA opening night. So much excitement, so much anticipation, and we know the rest of the season will deliver.
And now Dallas' starting group. They've got Derek Lively, Kyrie Irving out there with Klay Thompson. Then there's Davis, and it's Marshall in at the 3.
It looks easy, effortless. Curry, natural from long range.
Now here's Irving. To the inside. Curry with a steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Butler. Davis with a rebound. And here's Davis. He'll bring it up for the Mavs. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Marshall. Irving against Curry. Screen by Lively. 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And the Warriors pushing it up now. That one's good from Green. And the assist from Butler.
You can't forget where Green is in transition because he keeps himself ready to score in these situations.
Here's Irving. Davis with a screen on Butler. Irving, the pass to Davis. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
This is why you integrate Davis into these sets, because he's terrific at finishing them off.
You know, Clark, watching Kyrie Irving, he still does things you just can't believe.
His ball handling ability is just remarkable, and his finishing ability surpasses his rush hour handles. And that's saying a ton. He can beat anybody off the dribble. He can make tough shots. He really is one of the elite scorers from the guard position in the history of the NBA. I don't think that's an overstatement. From the angles he finishes, the shots he can make, he's as elite as we've had in the league. Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
Outside Irving. Outside for Davis. From the arc. The shot that time not on target.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Shot is good by Curry.
Hey, inside Curry has all the tricks. Floaters, scoop shots, all the ways. Left hand, right hand. However he has to do it, he will.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And with this pause, a check on the stats to show you which teams led the league in assists last year. The Warriors, 4th.
Well, I thought this team last season was a team that had some beautiful dimes. I mean, they would spread the floor with their ball movement and spacing and player movement. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Nice passes leading to baskets.
Pass to Irving.
2 minutes remaining in the
Over Butler. Again, the miss by Dallas.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
There's a screen by Kuminga. Butler, good.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Head coach Steve Kerr and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We spoke about Kyrie Irving and what the most challenging thing about defending him is, and he told me, quote, just how creative he is when he's handling the ball. We want to keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible, even if it means sending double teams occasionally. We'll see if this game plan works out for them, guys. Back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Now here's Thompson. He just could not put it together in that loss to New York. And it's Trace Jackson-Davis with a foul. That's his first foul. Butler against Irving. Shot clock at 6 to the left wing. To stop the drought.
And just refusing to give up second chance points. Excellent defensive rebound.
Not one second chance bucket allowed. That is finishing off good defense.
Really taking charge of the game, largely with a detailed interior attack.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
Dallas shooting their first free throws of the game now.
Tell you, it's so amazing to see how much raw talent Kyrie Irving has. Just seems like that ball is part of it. Already a very confident player, knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Now here's Curry. He has 7. And here's Butler outside. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Irving looking around. Davis with a screen on Butler. Outside for Davis. Inside. Irving for 3. Drops in the 3. Irving's got 5 points.
The fire that Irving plays with, admirable. I mean, you can feel it. When you make a 3 on him, it's payback time. He's coming at you.
Butler passes to Curry. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. 9 points in the game.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Stephen Curry getting it. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Boy, for the Warriors, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
Inside, it's Green next to Jackson-Davis. Jimmy Butler out there with Stephen Curry. And it's Kuminga in at the small forward position. That's the group for Golden State as we kick off the second quarter. Davis hits.
AD just shoving past the inside contact that time. Powerful move getting it done.
Outside Curry from deep. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Irving against Butler. Lively with a screen on Butler. Thompson outside. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. Second chance effort. Pass to Marshall. Jacks up a 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Too much space on the perimeter. There needs to be a little more energy from the defense.
Irving against Curry. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Davis a screen. Back to Irving. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. Here's Butler on the take. Outside for Green. Outside Butler. Pass to Curry. To the middle. Here's Jackson-Davis. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Now here's Irving. He's got 5. Lively with a screen on Butler. Here's Irving. Here's Lively. Pass to Irving. Thompson, a screen on Butler. Here's Irving. Hits it. Now 2 of 6 from the field. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. No surprise here. Stephen Curry hopes to be a Warrior for life. He said being a part of a group of legends that have played for one franchise, established a culture, and won at the highest level, and did it with a lot of different roster combinations, I don't ever take that for granted. Brian, what a run.
Yeah, it is a great run, and he's been the foundation, Allie. Thank you. And in attendance, David West, who capped off the final 2 seasons of his career with 2 rings in Golden State.
Yeah, and this organization has a way of keeping those past players connected, and they've given him a show here tonight.
Now here's Curry. He's got 13.
2 minutes.
Pass to Green. Now here's Kuminga. Back to Green. Tipped. Irving with it. Now guarded by Curry. Irving, that's good.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
The 3 from Thompson. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Davis. All right, a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for him.
And he's been on a roll during these last few months, getting better in terms of scoring the ball and proving to be a key part of this team as we move farther along in the season.
Butler can't get it to go. Mavericks trail by 10. Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Huge night for Curry and a great rhythm thus far. That's always bad news for the team he's facing.
Irving, the pass to Thompson. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Here's Curry. Pass to Butler. Down low. Here's Jackson Davis. And he goes in for the dunk.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
And so it's Dallas with it, following the score by Golden State. Clock at 4. Marshall passes to Lively. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Curry surveys. Oh, Curry just weaving his way through traffic. Still knocks it in.
Credit the plays they're calling for him. Getting him right now some good shots.
Irving for 3. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Golden State Warriors, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. More 2K action in just a moment.
Look here now at the Mavericks. Like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah. And now revisiting that first half for Steph Curry, he was lights out.
Curry's been given the defense.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books, one half to go. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
On the court right now for the Mavericks. Washington and Gafford, the combo inside. Spencer Dinwiddie is out there with Dante Exum. And it's Martin in at the 3. Now here's Martin. Martin with a screen on heel. Here's Dinwiddie. And he starts out with a miss in this one. The Warriors lead by 8. Here's Santos. On the wing, Payton. Picked it out of midair. And now the Mavs on the run. Here's Dinwiddie. And it's rejected. They get it back. Hacked and still knocks it down. Great composure there. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And you know, that's not the kind of percentage any player wants to see next to his name at the end of the season.
And the Warriors shooting a legendary 79%. Their offense is just on a tear. About a minute played here in the second half. Here's Hield. The Mavericks pull it in. And here's Washington. Here he goes. Here's Gafford.
Oh, man. What a punch that was.
Bad intentions. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty. And it's Moody penetrating.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Dinwiddie passes to Gafford. He shoots it. The rebound by Post.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
Outside Moody. Oh, here's Moody with a drive. Oh, a dunk and a foul. A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. P.J. Washington picks one up, and he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. And so Dinwiddie will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing by 8. To the wing on the left. Gafford the screen. Exum outside. Oh, stolen by Payton. And here's the fast break. And he lays it up and in. And it's a 10-point Warrior lead.
And just good hustle. Always nice to get an easy bucket on the break.
I think one of the best ways, guys, to score in transition is that quick hitter after the first burst.
Now here's Hield. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Post. And a miss there on the triple. Mavericks trail by 10. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Now here's Exum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to go on Moses Moody.
A dependable stretch for Washington is also somebody who continues to look to improve every year in the league.
The Warriors lead by 8. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Here's Santos. He's guarded by Martin. Pass to Moody. Just 5 to shoot. Close in. Moses Moody.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Washington drives in, and Washington powers it through.
Boy, fluid, agile penetrator. For a guy his size, he's nimble-footed, and Washington does a good job around the rim.
Santos good.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
Dinwiddie outside. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Warriors have gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the three ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Still no points. Pass to Washington. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Now Martin. Three-pointer off the mark. Outside Payton. Here's Heel. Outside Moody. Here's Post. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Golden State Warriors. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Inside, it's Green next to Jackson Davis. Jimmy Butler out there with Stephen Curry, and it's Kuminga in at small forward. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Now here's Exum. Washington up top. Somehow scores the layup in traffic. Washington's got 9 points now in the second half. And an intentional foul right there. And the Mavericks going with a whole new group out there.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Outside Curry. Back to Jackson Davis. They set the screen. Kuminga with it. Irving picks him up. And here's Curry for three. Lively grabs the miss. Lively's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Davis. Over to the left wing. On the wing, Irving. Drills it from deep.
Some of the quickest hands in the NBA. Kyrie showing you that quick release there.
On the wing, Curry. Checked by Davis. Curry passes to Butler. Curry against Davis. 5 to shoot. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It goes on Kyrie Irving.
And Curry's really a master at drawing contact. The defense has to be careful when defending him.
And so Curry nails both of them. Mavericks trail by 12. Outside Irving. Lively with a screen on Butler. Irving, the pass to Lively. And a slam dunk by Lively.
Tell you what, I could watch this move and this movie all night long. Irving doing a nice job getting his team quality shots.
Butler, a screen on Irving. Oh, Curry showing off the range.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Irving against Butler. Outside for Davis. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. You know, Clark, 2024 saw Anthony Davis make his return to the All-Star game.
And really, B.A., such a pleasure to see him back on the court, healthy and producing. That's not been an issue. The issue has been him being hurt and not being able to be on the court. But he's a perennial all-star when he's healthy and playing and doing exactly what he's done throughout his career at both ends, be a dominant center.
Mavericks trail by 12. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Butler against Irving. Up top, Thompson. Back to Irving. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, this is simply what Kyrie Irving does. Get buckets against defenders. He's a bucket maker.
Shot is good by Curry.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up. Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Now here's Irving. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That'll be a second foul of the game. A minute 50 left to play in the fourth. Davis with a screen on Butler. Ooh, he's now 7 for 12.
Hey, the skills of Kyrie are obvious, but what isn't so obvious is his underestimated strength.
Knocks it loose. And Klay Thompson picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Third team foul.
There's a minute 34 left to play in the fourth. Outside Kuminga. The three from Curry. Curry rises up and hits the three.
Yeah, another day, another virtuoso performance from Curry. It never ends.
Irving against Butler. The drive by Irving. Kuminga pulls it in. The Warriors lead by 13.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Warriors.
They made a point to get some good looks.
Yes, they were able to pound the ball inside. I love it.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And what a huge performance it was for Stephen Curry.
So impressed with his performance today. He was confident, he was composed, and the defense just didn't know how to adjust.
Here's Irving, following the score by Golden State. He got a piece of it. Kuminga with it. Pass to Jackson Davis. Now Curry. Lets the three fly. Another three for Golden State.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And Davis gets it to go.
You got to appreciate Kyrie Irving's court awareness. Outstanding, finding open teammates.
And a deep three from Curry. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so Golden State takes this one, and by a big margin. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a
is. Greg, what are these players feeling as they tip off this new season?
It is always exciting to start a new season. Players are just filled with hope and optimism, especially after putting in all that offseason work.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Davis is out there with Derek Lively. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Irving. And it's Marshall. And at the 3, the small forward. Now Irving. After Jared Allen missed from long range. Out to Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Irving. From outside the arc. That one's in, his first shot this game.
You know, Kyrie shoots a ton of threes, and he makes a ton of threes.
Mitchell outside. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now here's Irving. Outside, Davis. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. But it's no good. And the call will be against Derek Lively. That's his first foul. Dallas on defense. Allen, a screen on Thompson. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
Well, why did Donovan Mitchell win the dunk contest? Case in point right there.
Outside Irving. Puts up a 3. Hands it from downtown. Irving's got 6.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
However you feel about Kyrie Irving, you cannot deny, Doris, that he is an elite player still.
Kevin, there are many who consider Kyrie Irving to be the greatest finishing guard in the history of the game. I mean, left hand, right hand, a little bit of English and polish, big shot maker. And what I love for Kyrie Irving right now is he seems content and happy.
Here's Mitchell after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Pass to Okoro. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
Last game for the Mavericks, it was a loss to the Knicks in New York. Outside Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the lob to the hoop. Pass to Marshall. Back to Irving. Fires the 3. Mobley with the rebound. Cavaliers leading. Mitchell passes to Mobley. Off target from three-point range. Dallas has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Davis with a screen on Mitchell. On the wing, Irving. Covered by Mitchell. Davis setting the pick for Irving. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Mitchell, a screen on Irving. Back to Mitchell. Pass to Hunter. Cavaliers moving the ball around. Here's Mobley. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. For Dallas, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And Doris, the Cavs had a very successful 23-24 season. 47 wins and the number 4 seed in the East.
And Kevin winning a playoff series, their first one without LeBron James since 1993. Most of the players on the floor weren't even alive back then. Incredible to think of it in that context.
Now Hunter. After the missed 3 from Klay Thompson. Hunter. And the layup's good off the glass.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
Irving surveying the floor. There's 25 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Lively sets a screen for Irving. And finished off by Lively.
Kyrie Irving can be devastating in the pick and roll. The creativity and decision-making simply outstanding.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Pass to Okoro. Allen with the screen for Okoro. For three. He can't get that one. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Cleveland. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
On the floor for Dallas, Klay Thompson is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Derek Lively, and there's Davis, and it's Marshall in at the 3 spot. Cleveland with the ball. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
And here is Irving, following the three-pointer from DeAndre Hunter. No good from Irving.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
When it comes to the game's elite scorers, Doris, Donovan Mitchell is certainly on that list.
Kevin, there's no question about it. He's a proven playoff performer, a natural leader who doesn't mind a team leaning into his scoring ability. And the beauty is he can do it in a lot of different ways.
Now Davis, following the three-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell. Davis setting the pick for Irving. Outside for Davis. Outside Irving. Knocks down the 3 ball. Irving's got 9.
And I like Davis's decision-making. Fantastic. Always great at understanding when to move the ball.
And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Now here's Irving. 9 points in the game so far. Lively sends a screen for Irving. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Okoro setting the pick for Mitchell. At the elbow, it's Okoro. It's rebounded by Dallas. Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Davis with a screen on Mitchell. Irving passes to Davis. There's Anthony Davis. Makes it off the glass. Davis has got his first 2 points of the night.
You don't see bigs with a handle like Davis's. How do you stop that?
Shoots it up. Nails the baby hook. And the Cavaliers lead by 4.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Irving dishes to Davis. Thompson in the corner.
2 minutes.
It's Irving, top of the key.
2 minutes.
Davis setting the pick for Irving. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Tries again. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Pass to Allen. Mobley outside. Mitchell outside. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Mitchell's got the lead up to 6 now for the Cavs.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Now, here is Irving. 9 points in the game so far. Lively sends a screen for Thompson. Davis in the corner. Davis can't get that one to fall.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Here's Mitchell, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
The basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. And that sends Anthony Davis to the free throw line. It goes on Isaac Okoro. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Really can't criticize the work he did at the line a year ago. 82% on the season.
Now, here's Hunter. He has 5. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
It's his first trip to the line.
Yeah, and he wasn't someone you wanted to foul if you were defending him last season. 85% is what he made from the line.
And so he makes both from the line.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Irving passes to Lively. It's stolen by Allen. Going inside. Okoro kicks to Mitchell. Here's Mobley. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. And the Cavaliers lead by 8.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And so it's Cleveland holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the... All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
For the Wizards, they'll be up against the 76ers out in Philadelphia. 7 p.m. Eastern time for tip-off. And talking about our game now, a very solid first half for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And you look at... And that concludes...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
We've got Wade. Garland is out there with Max Strus. Then there's Javonte Green. And it's Thompson in at the 5. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Here's Exum. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
So many ways Darius Garland can score. That floater game is on point.
Dinwiddie against Garland. Dinwiddie drives in. In the corner, it's Gafford. Dinwiddie up top, guarded by Garland. 5 on the clock. Washington passes to Dinwiddie. No good from outside. The Cavaliers leading by 7. Garland kicks to Strus. Back to Garland. Out to Thompson. Thompson, a screen on Dinwiddie. And the rejection by Gafford.
Do not go up soft against Daniel Gafford. He will send it right back at you.
Mavericks trail by 7. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Here's Dinwiddie. He has yet to score. Out left to the wing. Into the lane. Tries the spin move. Gafford misses. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Darius Garland, the son of former NBA player Winston Garland, said that he was a sponge growing up listening to his dad. He hung on every word about playing point guard. Darius says, I learned the little things much quicker. He taught me at a young age to change gears to keep defenders off balance. Kevin?
And he's doing it. I love the tricks of the trade you just talked about. Thank you so much. Here's Dinwiddie following the score by Cleveland. Can't get it to fall.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Dinwiddie with the steal. Pass to Exum. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Kyrie Irving.
Defensively, he's really stepped it up over the past few months. You can see the jump in his steal numbers, and it hasn't been by accident. He's put in a ton of effort at the defensive end, and boy, is it paying off.
Doris, when the Cavaliers made the trade for Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland then began to do a lot of his work off the ball.
He had to, Kevin, and he made no secret of the fact that this was an adjustment. When you are accustomed to being the primary initiator, moving off the ball takes time. But to his credit, he's adapted beautifully. Well, just tremendous body control by Spencer Dinwiddie, able to adjust to the defender's contact.
Garland, the pass away. The 3 bangs home the trifecta. Wade's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Mavericks trail by 10. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Now here's Exum, guarded by Garland. Shot clock at 6. Exum kicks to Gafford. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Gafford sets the pick for Dinwiddie. Back to Gafford. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Garland looking it over. Here's the 3. Second shot opportunity. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie.
Well, Thompson, just a spectacular athlete and so muscular. He is so crafty on how he draws fouls while shooting.
Mavericks trail by 11.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Dinwiddie. Pass to Exum. Dinwiddie against Garland. Clock at 6. Dinwiddie passes to Washington.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Strus kicks to Green. Kicks it out to Garland. To the middle. Here's Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
That's a nice little flash there from Thompson after the pick and roll to get into space where he can finish.
It's Martin on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dinwiddie. Martin's got his first 3 points of the game. Outside Garland. Wade outside. Jacks up a 3. No good on the last second attempt there. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Cavaliers. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. On the court for the Mavericks. Irving is out there with Thompson. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then it's Derek Lively. And it's Marshall in at the small forward. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
They've shown no let-up. penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
I think tonight has also, guys, been about the lost art of the mid-range jumper. If you utilize that in-between game right, there's plenty of value in it.
Whistle blows, basket is good, so a chance here. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
The play will be reviewed after the NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
One of the real streak scorers in the game, Donovan Mitchell, is heated up and percolating.
Outside Irving, and Jason Kidd is called timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. Donovan Mitchell really making a difference here.
You've got to take a timeout, take a breath, and come up with a plan for how to stop this guy.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Well, I got a chance to listen in on what Jason Kidd was talking about with his players. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
All right, David, thanks. And here's Irving, following the three-pointer by Donovan Mitchell. Outside Irving. Pass to Lively. Here is Davis. Davis setting the pick for Thompson. Over Hunter. The shot by Thompson, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Cleveland leading by 13. Mitchell outside. Pass to Okoro. Allen, a screen on Irving. Now Okoro. Another three for Cleveland.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
And here's Thompson after Isaac Okoro getting his shot to go from deep. High arcing shot. Out to Thompson. Outside, Davis. No good again that time. And here's Hunter. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Okoro with it. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Okoro's got 5 points now this quarter.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
The kick out to Irving. Davis setting the pick for Irving. Back to Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And he'll get ahead of steam when there's that much of a lane. You can't get in AD's way.
Mitchell up top. He's covered by Thompson. Pass to Okoro. And a miss there on the triple. Mavericks trail by 16.
And this is going to end in a lot lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Cavaliers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Donovan Mitchell.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy. In attack mode all evening.
They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Mitchell, and he lays it straight in.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Here's Irving, following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. Here's Davis. Thompson outside, 6 to shoot. Davis with a screen on Hunter. Thompson for 3.
Klay Thompson.
The drive by Mitchell. And he can't jam it through. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really...
In this new NBA season.
And we've been waiting all summer, BA, to kick this thing off. So much excitement, so much hope, so much possibility. I'm sure both of these teams are going to come out with a lot of jitters and nervous energy, but we're going to settle in and we're going to see the highest level of play right in front of us. It's time for the NBA to get it started.
The starters for the Golden State Warriors. Inside, it's Green next to Jackson Davis. Butler out there with Stephen Curry, and it's Kuminga in at the 3.
When he's shooting off the catch like this, these are signs of some remarkable improvement in Okoro's game.
Here's Curry. It doesn't go for him. Okoro, the defensive effort. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Get out in transition. Okoro running hard, and he benefits.
On the attack, Curry. Pass to Butler. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Mobley, no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
You know, not too many teams have the stability and head coach as the Warriors have had, Brent.
Well, I'm not sure there's ever been a more perfect fit for a team than Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It has been a magical run in the Bay Area, and you just look at the type of connectivity he has with his players, and again, how much joy these Warriors play with.
Here's Okoro. Back to Mitchell. Clock at 6. To the paint. Mobley. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity at a three-point play. It's going to go on Draymond Green. Cleveland shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
Yeah, Mobley better get used to getting to the line, especially with his style of play.
Right side, Curry. Pass to Jackson Davis. Back to Curry. Jackson Davis is screen. Now here's Curry. Guarded by Okoro. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Stolen by Mobley. Back to Curry. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Outside Mitchell. Oh, Green with a block.
You can see Draymond Green so fired up every time he has a chance to impact the game defensively.
And stolen by Mobley. Fast break Cleveland. The 3 from Okoro. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Mitchell's got his 3rd assist of the night.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
Oh, got that one up quick. Curry's got 5 points.
On another level, Curry is totally ready to duel this one out from the three-point line.
And he banks in the layup.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Here's a look now at who shot the ball the best during last season's campaign. The 4th spot held by Jared Allen.
So consistent from the floor. He shot it at a great clip last season.
Okoro outside. The 3 is up. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Green in the post, covered by Mobley. And it's hammered home by Green.
If he can get his steps together, Draymond Green will throw it down.
59 seconds left in the opening quarter. Pass to Mobley. Takes a three. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Last time they met was in the Bay Area.
I'll tell you what, once things started to go downhill, their performance plummeted. It wound up getting pretty ugly.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was nobody offensively that could get anything going.
Mitchell with the ball, working on Green.
Oh, guys, I mean, this crowd is in awe of that Mitchell dunk. Heck, I'm in awe, too.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Curry. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Curry's gotten his third basket of the night.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Here's Allen. Back to Mitchell. And it's Cleveland with another.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Offense is coming free and easy as we wrap up the first. Cleveland on top, leading by 9. And back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
So on the floor for Golden State. Inside, it's Green next to Jackson Davis. Stephen Curry is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Kuminga in at the 3. Mobley is screen on Curry. Tipped away. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. They've got numbers. Fires for 3. And there's Curry on the assist by Butler. Curry's got 10 points.
Curry was such a smooth three-point shot. Are there better mechanics in the league?
Well, Brent, there are only a handful of players in the league with the big game experience of Butler.
Yeah, and those big games, BA, are where he's had some of his best moments. It's been on several different teams as well. So the bigger the game gets, the bigger Jimmy Butler appears to show up.
Driving to the basket, to the middle. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Allen with a screen on Butler. Allen outside. Back to Mitchell. Shot clock at 5. No one near him. Here's Allen. And it's Allen who slams it home.
And the coaching staff and this team, they count on Allen for those second chance opportunities, so he collects 2 more.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way. And that sends Draymond Green to the free throw line. It's going to be Evan Mobley. And let's talk about Draymond Green for a moment. Certainly one of the most outspoken players in the league, Brent.
Well, Draymond has never held back, whether he's talking about his opinion or the way that he sees the game, which is remarkable and a revelation to his intelligence as a defender on the floor. Draymond Green has been special on the defensive end throughout his career.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Butler can't get it to go.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Here's Mitchell. 6 points for him. Okoro outside. Curry with a steal.
Awesome defense, just outstanding effort to reach his big hands in there and just rip the ball away.
And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Here's Mitchell. The slam by Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, the former dunk contest champ, Donovan Mitchell, showing off his bounce.
Here's Curry, rejected by Allen. And it. It's Jimmy. Butler with the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And that puts them just one foul from the bonus.
Payton's checked in for Kuminga. Here's Okoro. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
And you won't see it on Isaac Okoro's face. He plays pretty steady, but he's asserting himself now.
Wow, Curry takes the hit and finishes inside.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Here's Mitchell. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries. All right, Brent, in an ideal world, if you're team building and you have the ability to build around a type of superstar, what would that look like for you?
Well, BA, the game has changed so much. We see that the most valuable players now, today, are big wings that can handle the physical rigors of both ends of the floor, playing offense and defense, and have the ball in their hands and create advantage every time they touch the ball, whether they're scoring it or making plays for their teammates. But the biggest factor is this guy has to motivate and ingratiate himself to the rest of the team. Those are true high-level championship caliber players.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, the slam dunk is arguably pro basketball's signature play. And forward Nicholas Batum said growing up, you have so much joy in dunking. You're one of the few people in the world that can. But Father Time marches on, and like most vets, he's come to grips with the reality. He said, my body told me, no more, bro.
Well, leave that to the youngsters now, right? All right, Allie, thanks. Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And he shows the focus there. Nails the tee.
Herder's such a talented swing man, and every year he seems to find a way to add a little bit of something to his game.
Here's Mitchell. Here's Mobley. The kick to Hunter. Payton against Mitchell. Allen a screen. 6 to shoot. Oh, from deep. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Mitchell's got his 5th assist in this one.
And you have to appreciate the heart they've shown on the offensive boards this quarter.
Outside, Green. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Curry. Curry at the rim.
What else can you say about Steph Curry? Simply one of the greatest shooters we've ever seen.
Outside Mitchell. 3-pointer, no good. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
You look at Cleveland, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big.
Turning back now to that game we've been watching. A positive first half for the Cavaliers.
One of the best ways to...
Thanks for joining us.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. Two quarters in the books. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
He's been on the attack, playing hard and going right to the rim.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Tristan Thompson is out there with Dean Wade. Then it's Javonte Green. Then it's Max Strus. And it's Garland in at the point guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavs.
Yeah, Kuminga is a guy who does not back down. In fact, he tries to go through you.
And Brent, you've always seen the flashes, but now it seems the game is slowed down for Kuminga.
Well, BA, a lot of fans clamoring for Kuminga to get minutes even earlier on, but the Warriors took a very slow approach to his development, and now you're starting to see some of that athleticism and strength and some of that patience paying off for Jonathan Kuminga.
Strus with the bucket. Strus has got his first 2 points of the night.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Outside Kuminga. Oh, Kuminga, strong like bull.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
And the foul called on Buddy Hield. That's foul number 2 for him. Outside Strus. Santos pulls it in. Warriors trail by 6. The finish! Oh, how about Moody with the open court finish?
Oh, those dunks from Kuminga ignite his team. They feel like that's more than 2 points.
Thompson with a screen. Garland, the pass to Thompson. Outside Strus. Back to Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Takes the 3. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's going to be on Jonathan Kuminga.
Well, Thompson's out there to throw his weight around. He did it that time.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Thompson. Warriors trail by 6. Here's Kuminga. Can't cash it in from close range.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy. 3 of 4 to start it off.
From deep, Strus sends it home from... Three-point land. Strus has got 5 points.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
He gets it in there.
They're on fire right now, shooting 80% to start the second half.
Garland against Hield. Right side Garland. Oh, the teardrop falls in. Garland's got his first basket.
Pretty silky smooth floater from Garland that time.
Takes it inside. Santos. Thompson pulls it in.
Ooh, old school right there. No easy buckets.
Pass to Strus. Three-pointer. Yes, and a nice assist from Garland. And now it's a 12-point Cavalier lead.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for DeAndre Hunter.
I don't think anyone expected to see his production drop off the way it has over the last few games. But I have to credit the defenses he's been facing. They've done their homework, and they're finding ways to hold him down. And now he needs to find new ways to beat them. I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
2 minutes.
Right side Strus. Pass to Wade. Back to Strus. To the inside. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. And Grant, when you look at Darius Garland, he has a very polished offensive game.
Absolutely. He's great at creating for himself, but also knows when to get others involved. He can score from anywhere, and he works incredibly hard on his craft.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, in today's high-scoring NBA, every position has to be a threat. All-star Donovan Mitchell said, "We're getting away from the point guards who are just floor generals. It's passing and scoring that you're starting to see, and your level of scoring allows you to be a better playmaker. Teams have to respect that."
No doubt, Allie. Thank you. And here comes Cleveland. They're on a 17-6 run. Outside Garland. From behind the arc. Buries it from three. Garland's got 5 now.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Knocks it down from distance.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's Wade. On the wing, Strus. Launches a 3. He buries it from 3. Strus has got 11 points in the quarter.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And it's a completely new group for the Cavaliers. And here's Butler outside. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Okoro with the ball. Jackson Davis on him. Pass to Mitchell. It's tipped. Butler on the wing. The 3 is rebounded by Okoro. Cleveland shooting their 6th and 7th free throw shots in the game. That free throw is good from Mitchell. Both free throws good from Mitchell. And so it's Cleveland with a commanding 22-point lead going into the break. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a couple.
Oh, man, just
gets it
down. Nice.
That's spectacular.
What poise from Mitchell there. Taking the hit like a champ and finding a way to convert. Nice.
All right, guys, a breakdown here of the hustle stats for Cleveland.
I mean, those swats, they can get into your head, make you think twice about shooting it. So it's about more than just those block numbers.
Man, scoring off of turnovers is so helpful. I mean, you get easy opportunities at the rim. It devastates the opponent. They've done a great job tonight at converting on those chances.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of hype. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense. Yeah, I think he's letting his emotions get the better of him on that foul.
One side is dominated tonight.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job of imposing their pace and style of play.
Mitchell against Kuminga. Outside Mitchell. Okoro outside. Outside for Mitchell. 4 on the clock. Oh, he just jams it right over Stephen Curry.
Yeah, Mitchell putting on a clinic of his skills in this one. Take notes, kids.
On the attack, Curry, and the shot's good. Curry's gotten 4 this quarter.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
And here's Hunter from the arc. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Mitchell up top. He's watched by Kuminga. Back to Mitchell. Hey, Grant, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day?
Well, B.A., through the wonders of technology, players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories. Also, there's a brotherhood. It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Okoro with the ball. Now guarded by Curry. Hunter, good.
Well, pretty good setup from the team there as Hunter's able to focus in on that one.
Time called here. The Warriors decide to talk it over. Making a switch here. Payton's checked in. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And here's Curry for 3. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Since hitting 2 triples in the first half, he's been non-existent from out there.
Curry against Allen. Pass to Mobley. Here's Mitchell. 5 to shoot. Mobley on a screen. And here's Mitchell. No luck on that one. Good D by Payton. It's stolen by Hunter.
2 minutes.
Here's Mobley. Okoro outside. Well, you look at the so-called super teams that have been assembled in recent years. A lot of cautionary tales.
Yeah, I mean, teams giving up their draft picks for the better part of a decade to bring in a star. It can get ugly really fast if things don't work out. And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Curry. And it's good. 2 points. Curry's got 8 points in the quarter.
Safe to say that Steph Curry has mastered that shot there, the floater with the beautiful high release.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Cavaliers.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And they've had no trouble finding the win against this squad. They'll wrap up the season series with a clean 3-0 sweep.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Donovan Mitchell.
Serving up fees all night long. He was the best teammate that they had on the floor.
Warriors ball.
Butler surveying the floor. The kick out, Curry. Green, a screen. Curry, no good. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Cavaliers. Down low, here's Okoro. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
And here's Butler outside. No good that time. They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, BA, they haven't stopped pressing the issue.
His second, 5th team foul.
That free throw is good for Mitchell.
Line for Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell. 2 shots.
He's off on the second. Now here's Curry, tightly guarded. Green, a screen. Outside Curry, beyond the arc. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Curry for 3.
Now here's Mitchell. Got a hand on it. And so Cleveland takes this one by a big margin. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operated.
You. To Nache. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Kyrie Irving.
Defensively, he's really stepped it up over the past few months. You can see the jump in his steal numbers, and it hasn't been by accident. He's put in a ton of effort at the defensive end, and boy, is it paying off.
Now Golden State's starting five. Up front, it's Green at the 4 with Jackson Davis at the 5. Stephen Curry's out there with Butler. And it's Kuminga in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Mavericks, Klay Thompson is out there with Irving. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then there's Washington. And it's Lively in at the 5 spot. Sinks the three-pointer. And this season's still very young. Greg, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players.
It's good.
A legendary competitor. Butler with no fear taking it hard to the hoop.
Butler against Irving. Thompson, a screen on Butler. Irving with it. Kuminga picks him up. Just 5 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Shoots the 3. Nailed from three-point land.
There was a time you could get yelled at for taking a 3 like that, but now it's a great decision, and it paid off.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, I was able to talk with Coach Jason Kidd. We talked about a lot of things, including how to try and slow down Steph Curry. He said it's the usual stuff. You can't go under screens. You have to contest without fouling. You have to recognize he will put the ball on the floor and drive if you overplay him. That's a lot to account for, guys.
I thank you, David. And Richard, talking about Anthony Davis for a second here. When healthy, he's still one of the best players in the NBA.
Yeah, his health has always been a question mark for quite a while, Kevin. But make no mistake, when AD's good to go, he's one of the best players in the world. When the brow gets up, you better get out the way. There's not many people with that length and that athleticism.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Here's Irving, following the basket by Jonathan Kuminga. Davis setting the pick for Irving. From downtown, Warriors with the rebound.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Butler, no good. They get a hand on it. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And what I appreciate about Butler is how tough he is. This guy welcomes going into contact while shooting.
And so Butler nails both of them.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Out to Thompson. Pass to Washington. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You will gladly take those.
Now here's Curry. From deep three-point land. And Lively pulls it down.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Nice back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Kuminga goes in. Stolen by Washington. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
Now here's Irving. To the paint. Here's Lively. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. The Warriors trail. Kuminga down low. Covered by Irving. Kuminga, screen on Thompson. Butler kicks to Kuminga. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Kuminga's got 8 points.
Yeah, and all eyes were on Butler, but he has the vision to find the open man.
Davis with a screen on Butler. Down low. And it's Davis with the jam.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Here's Kuminga. He's got 8. Here's Butler. And Lively pulls it down. Last game for the Warriors, it was a loss to the Heat. Thompson finds Irving. Lively is screen on Curry. Irving passes to Lively. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. There's Kuminga. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. 10 points for him. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Jonathan Kuminga has been on. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, they're putting pressure on all the ball handlers, getting into the passing lanes and showing great anticipation.
Davis is out there with P.J. Washington. Then it's Derek Lively, and there's Klay Thompson, and it's Irving in at the point. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Now here's Irving. Davis setting the pick for Irving. To the paint. Here's Lively. And finished off by Lively.
Smart pass, just one of the many ways Kyrie Irving creates offense.
Arguably one of the best bigs of his generation, Anthony Davis. I know you admire his game.
Well, he takes over the game on both ends of the floor. You would look at a Tim Duncan, a Kevin Garnett, a guy that can beat you with 5 blocks, or a guy that can dominate the post and score 25 a night.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 6. Pass to Lively. And finished off by Lively.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
Outside, Davis. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 6 assists in the game.
A premier player in this league, Davis with another huge night, showing why he is an NBA champion.
And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or 2 against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, last season, Draymond Green got his three-pointer going again. He said, over the years, my shot took a dive. It was in large part because I couldn't get in and out of my hips. They were messed up. Just getting my movement patterns right. Kevin, my hips haven't been the same in years, but Draymond's are good. And now they've made him tough to deal with. Back to you.
Your hips are pretty good, David. I've always said your hip. Floor spacing, always critical. Good point, D.A.
His passing has always been a staple of his career. Not too many are better at dishing than Kyrie.
Curry kicks to Green. Curry with it. Working on Thompson. A shot by Curry. No good.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
Irving against Butler. Irving attacking. Here's Davis. Back to Irving. Ball's knocked loose. Tries to keep it alive. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. Warriors trail by 6. Butler sets a screen for Curry. Curry gets it to go inside.
A wizard dribbling the ball. Steph is great at getting to the rack.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Lively a screen on Butler. Outside Irving. Tries it from the top of the key. The Warriors pull it in. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That'll be the 4th game in a 7-game road trip.
An assertive penetrator. Love watching Butler use that athleticism to drive and finish inside.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 8. Lively sets a screen for Irving. Back to Thompson. Lets it go from deep. Outside for Davis. With 1 on the clock. Davis owning the inside.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Got a piece of it. It's tipped. Curry with it. Picked up by Thompson. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Curry. Curry makes it look easy, doesn't he?
And Curry makes the floater look so sweet. You just assume that it's going in the minute he releases it.
Irving passes to Lively. Off with the layup.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
And Kuminga throws it down.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And here is Irving. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Warriors, thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter. See you in just a bit.
Welcome to halftime. First up, let's out in Philadelphia. It'll be the 76ers against the Wizards. That's a 7 p.m. tip-off Eastern time.
This is a game everyone had circled on their calendar.
Moving on, the Mavs find themselves in a battle. Close matchup so far.
How have they kept it this close? Their D has been in.
And that'll do it for halftime.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Jonathan Kuminga has been exceptional here, guys.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
The question now is, will the defense keep letting him punish them inside? Or did Coach have some new ideas for them?
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Moody. Gary Payton II is out there with Buddy Hield. And it's Post in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. The Warriors trail. Pass to Post. Poke loose. Stolen by Exum. Here's Martin, and finished off by Martin.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
Up and in on the way. And it's a 5-point Maverick lead.
Something lit a fire under them at the half. They started this quarter going 3 for 3 from the floor.
Moody the pass to Payton. Connects from three-point range. Payton's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Gafford. The shot, no good.
When you've made your first 3 shots of the half, I think it's okay for a heat check.
Hield can't hit. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And Gafford throws it down.
And if you try to block his shot, you risk getting posterized because he is good at using that height to his advantage.
And it's Hield off the drive. Good work there as it goes.
You can't take Hield's athleticism lightly, especially when he's looking to slash his way inside.
Richard, with Buddy Hield, we're talking about one of the best shooters in the NBA.
No question, he is a marksman. He's going to have to be a mercenary, though. He is the type of an outside threat that every team needs. I don't care what the offensive system is, Buddy Hield will find a way to score.
Offered a screen on Hield. Here's Dinwiddie. Pass to Gafford. Shot clock at 3. The Warriors pull it in. Tipped away. Dinwiddie with the steal. From deep. The rebound by Post. Warriors have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Here's Payton, and Payton throws it down.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
And it's Exum with the ball, who will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Dinwiddie against Hield. Gafford kicks to Marshall. Martin with the screen for Marshall. Back to Gafford. 6 on the shot clock. The Warriors pull it in. Post has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Inside. Here's Payton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
The Warriors shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
The Mavericks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Driving inside. And Gafford throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Hield with the bucket.
Oh, he can shoot the lights out. Hield cashes in from long range.
Hield against Dinwiddie. Martin with a screen on Payton. Pass to Gafford. Here's Exum. Takes the 3. Offensive rebound. A second chance effort. And it's Gafford laying it in. Gafford's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's Payton. Back to Moody. This one for 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Moody's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
It's a tie game in Dallas. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Moving to the next guy, drive and kick.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Klay Thompson. Davis is out there with Derek Lively. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Washington in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And it's Butler missing. Mavericks shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them. Irving looking over the floor. It's stolen by Curry. Poked away. And they're running. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Dallas. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for Dallas?
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And also, they've made it a point to push it off turnovers. They're playing smart and alert, capitalizing on mistakes.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. On the wing, Irving, defended by Butler. Clock at 6. Irving passes to Lively. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Green. Pass to Butler. Outside Curry. Lets it go with the 3. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And there's the foul that goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. Now, here's Washington. Shot clock at 5. And Davis now top of the key. Over Green. Davis with the bucket. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
Uh-oh, everything is going AD's way. He is in that zone and scoring at a terrific pace.
Here's Curry. They kick it out to Green. Curry against Thompson. Right side Curry. That shot off.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Thompson against Butler. And there's the foul that goes on Jimmy Butler. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Outside Curry. What a deep shot from Steph Curry.
I think we knew who was firing off the shot here. Curry is just too consistent not to be trusted with it.
To the middle, here's Davis. He doesn't hit that one. Great D that time from Green. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. Here in the 4th, they've allowed just 4 points. To the inside, and he stops it. What a pass to set him up.
Oh, nice lead. You can see how Curry makes their offense flow, even when he's not scoring.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Back to Thompson. To the paint. Ball stolen.
Yeah, you don't see those over and back calls too often because they're just so easy to avoid.
It's a lack of focus, that's all it is. But it can be a wake-up call for teams that have gotten too careless, but rules are rules.
Davis setting the pick for Thompson. Back to Davis. Money!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Kuminga, screen on Thompson.
When it is crunch time and you've got Stephen Wardell Curry, the game plan is simple. Get him the ball.
Here's Irving. Pass to Washington. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here is Irving. Davis with a screen on Butler. Irving passes to Davis. Another shot. With the clock winding down, it falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
In the clutch, Davis just showing supreme focus. When his team needs him, that's when he shows up the most.
Had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Outside Irving. Washington sets the pick for Irving. For the win. It falls! But hang on, guys. Hold everything. The officials may review it here. And they're going back to have a look at that shot once again. This certainly isn't over yet. They may get a second chance. Now, if it's over, the rule is confirmed. And the final call's been made. The original ruling was correct, and the game is over. The basket will not count.
Well, they had to make sure he had gotten it off, and boy, he was just a fraction of a second late. Extremely.
NBA. All right, a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for him.
He's been on a tear offensively these past few months, and you know how much they love the extra points he provides. He's been shouldering a bigger load recently, and I think he's just getting started.
A look at the opening lineup for the Cleveland Cavaliers. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Isaac Okoro is out there with Donovan Mitchell, and it's Hunter in at the 3 spot. And for the Mavericks, they've got Kyrie Irving, P.J. Washington out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Derek Lively, and it's Thompson in at the 2. And when you're going into the first game of a back-to-back, how do you prepare for that?
I think the key is to manage your practice going into a back-to-back. In other words, let's turn that down a bit, reduce the minutes on the floor, mental reps on the practice court as opposed to getting up and down a lot, because you're going to play hard in both games. So if you can get the tank on full heading into the 2 games back-to-back, that serves you well.
Mitchell against Thompson. Now here's Mitchell. Defense is right there. The 3 from Okoro. The Mavericks pull it in. The Cavs beat them last time when they met in Cleveland.
If they want to beat these guys this time, they have to do better on the glass. That was their undoing.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
And there's a hunger to Mobley's game. That's how he beats the defense to the rebound.
And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with it.
Oh, wow! Oh,
watch out below.
Big finish.
Oh, guys. I mean, this crowd is in awe of that Mitchell dunk. Heck, I'm in awe, too.
And it's Jared Allen with the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Here's Irving. There's the drive, and he gets it to go. Irving's got his second basket on the night.
Knifing through the defense like warm butter on a biscuit. Irving knows how to get to the rim.
And if you're looking for identifiable team mascots, Clark, some say the Mavericks champ, the horse, is near the top of the list.
Yeah, he does get after it. Also, the Mavs man. Dallas is rolling out a couple of iconic figures to keep that crowd on fire.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Irving, no good. The Cavaliers lead by 5. Mitchell with the ball. Checked by Washington. And it's Mitchell. The miss. And so it's Irving with it. He brings it up for Dallas. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. On the wing, Thompson. 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. The rebound by Allen.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Outside Mitchell. And again, it's Cleveland converting.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Here's Irving. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Outside Mitchell. Six on the shot clock. Out to Mobley. Here's the 3. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
And how about the fast shot by Mobley? Didn't need much time to get it in the air.
Now here's Irving. Guarded by Okoro. Irving, the pass to Davis. And Davis slams it home.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Thompson against Mitchell. Oh, and Mitchell powers it home.
What poise from Mitchell there. Taking the hit like a champ and finding a way to convert. Nice.
Cleveland shooting their first free throw of the night.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
Irving against Allen. Here's Lively. Outside for Irving. Washington left side. Irving looking around. Three-pointer. The Cavaliers pull it in. Mitchell with the ball. Hunter. Out to Mobley from outside the arc. And that's not going to go. Just a big-time effort for Donovan Mitchell. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Well, hey, guys, I mean, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
Something else they're doing well tonight, guys, lots of points in the paint. Something to continue to keep our eye on.
Derek Lively is out there with Davis. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Washington. And it's Thompson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Come away with authority. Yeah, Mitchell putting on a clinic of his skills in this one. Take notes, kids.
Outside Irving. 4-3. Mobley grabs the board. The Cavaliers lead by 9. Outside Mitchell. Allen outside. He puts up a 3. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis. And Dallas with possession. Here's Lively. Outside for Irving. Davis a screen. Thompson outside. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Davis can't hit. And the Cavs shooting very well, 62% and going right at the defense. Hunter finds Mobley. Mitchell with the ball. Lively's there. The open shot by Allen. And there are the Cavaliers with another bucket.
Boy, the big fella is so skilled. I mean, Jared Allen's jump shot is excellent for a center. Solid mechanics, and it really spaces the floor for him and his teammates.
Outside Irving. Fires from deep. Kept alive. And the foul on DeAndre Hunter. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Irving up top, guarded by Okoro. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Davis. There's the 3.
And it's all about length for Mobley on defense. He can trap you with those long arms.
Well, Clark, the first 9 years of his career, he played mostly power forward. But over the last 3, Anthony Davis playing a lot of center.
And I think his game has become more focused on staying in the paint, which is where he's dominant. He's added tons of strength over the years. He's using that to his advantage. He's always been one of the special players in the league, in my opinion. And he's still one of the top 15 guys in the league for sure.
Irving against Mitchell. Okoro outside. Back to Mitchell. Mobley, a screen on Thompson. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. And a fast break now. The Mavericks on the run. Irving for 3. Count it. His 4th bucket in 8 shots.
That's the decisiveness we talk about with Irving. He's quick and right at it.
And there's the screen. The 3 from Mitchell. Hunter, a screen on Thompson. Here's Mitchell. Another shot. Grown man points from Donovan Mitchell.
And standing just 6'1", amazing how effective Mitchell is attacking the paint.
A minute 15 left in the first half. Let's go with a three. And he gets it to go. He's 8 of 11 now.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Out to Thompson. Back to Irving. Pass to Lively. And good. Coming on the assist by Irving. Irving's got his 4th assist with that last one. The Cavaliers lead by 11. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. And the three off target. Dallas has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. On the wing, Irving. Guarded by Okoro. Now here's Irving, guarded closely. The three from Thompson. Oh, Thompson buries the tray.
I really believe we can go ahead now and lock Klay Thompson in on the short list of the greatest pull-up shooters in the NBA, and we might be talking the all-time list here.
And Mitchell with the slam.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though.
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. It sure does look good.
So we conclude the first half. The Cavaliers on top. They're up 7. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The Cavaliers, 30. Thanks.
Out in Philadelphia, it'll be the 76ers against the Wizards. Tip-off will be 7 o'clock Eastern. Now let's talk about our featured game. Guys, Donovan Mitchell was the star of that first half.
I'm trying to think.
Thanks for tuning in. Now,
and we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. What a game we're seeing from Donovan Mitchell.
Slicing up the defense, living in the lane. Terrific first half for him.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
On the court for the Cavaliers, they've got Max Strus. Dean Wade is out there with Thompson. Then it's Darius Garland, and it's Green and it's small forward. Pass to Wade. The three is up. Connects from downtown. And the Cavaliers lead by 8. Well, Clark, as we know, player comparison is a popular exercise among fans and analysts alike.
Yeah, I've never really ascribed to that, but in this day and age, I think it's even more unfair to do so because the game has changed tremendously. I mean, three-point attempts and scoring averages are way north, in large part because of the pace of play. So the game has changed, and that means when you're comparing players, it's a little harder to do in a fair manner.
Strus the pass to Wade. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Spencer Dinwiddie, and he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Mavericks trail by 10. Martin outside. Pass to Exum. Martin with a screen on Strus. Stolen. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you. Launches it. Again, the miss by Dallas.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Garland, the pass to Wade. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't make sense given the situation.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Thompson with a screen. It's Strus with a drive. Outside Garland. Shot clock at 3. This one for 3.
Dinwiddie does a nice job as a defender because he's got such a good motor and stays active in bothering shots.
And so they foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but it certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Dinwiddie with it. He's picked up by Garland. Here's Exum. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Exactly what you've come to expect from Dinwiddie, a true combo guard who'll spread it around for you.
Dallas shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Back to Wade. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. For three, Cleveland again missing.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
It's stolen by Garland. Outside for Green. From downtown, and the basket's good. Off the assist from Garland. Green's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Exum. Drives to the hoop. And a two-handed jam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen. You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
A minute 20 left in the third. Uses the glass on the layup. Exum's got 7 now in this quarter.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Wade, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Just such a terrific dunker.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure.
Nothing surprising about that, guys. We've come to expect plays like that from him, and still, they never get old.
Martin outside. Back to Exum. Martin with a screen on Strus. Banked it in off the glass. Exum's got 9 points here in the second half.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Garland way outside. And it's Martin with the rebound. Mavericks trail by 6. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. It's Dinwiddie on the wing. Pass to Marshall. Martin with the ball. Dinwiddie outside, and they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation.
Substitution on the court.
Now off the inbound. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's Cleveland. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. P.J. Washington out there with Davis. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Derek Lively. And it's Irving in at the point guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Here's Irving. And that one's good.
Boy, how about that crafty drive by Irving, anticipating the contact and able to get around and through it.
Mitchell against Thompson. Okoro outside. Mitchell, a screen on Irving. And it's Okoro penetrating. Count the basket. And the Cavaliers lead by 8.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Irving, the pass to Davis. Back to Irving. And he can't get that one. Great D that time from Allen. Here's Mitchell, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. Klay Thompson picks one up.
Going beyond mere stats, Mitchell breathes life into this offense. His energy lifts everyone around him.
So, Clark, you think the winner of the NBA Cup should be guaranteed an automatic playoff bid?
Man, that's interesting. I think it could make for a more competitive tournament. So if that would be the outcome, then I would be all for it. But what happens if the tournament winner is the #1 seed at the end of the season? I think you'd have to find alternative incentives then, DA. You know, sometimes you forget about how big Klay is as a guard. I mean, he can take a hit and still finish shots down low.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Cavaliers.
Well, they've had no problem getting into the heart of this defense with dribble, and they've made the most of their chances there as well.
And another thing they've been exceptional at is their passing. On-target ball movement has gotten them a lot of assists tonight.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Outside Irving. Out to the right wing. Here's Washington. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
Cavaliers ball.
The Cavaliers lead by 9. From deep, Mitchell. Outside Hunter. Fires the three. Hits the trifecta.
Yeah, the easy hoop assisted by Allen that time. He's developed a nice passing game.
Now here's Irving. Guarded by Okoro. Screened by Lively. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
And it's Allen who slams it home.
Allen's got some old school big man in him. He's got great hands and mobility and does a good job finishing above the rim.
Irving for three. The offensive rebound. No luck on that one. For Cleveland, they've gotten 5 of 6 shots to go in the fourth. And it's Mitchell, the miss. Mavericks trail by 12. Inside, here's Lively. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. Lively's gotten 4 this quarter.
A super high percentage shot there. You just can't allow him to get that close.
To the inside, here's Allen. Deflected.
Nice D by Lively there. He can block shots both at the rim and out away from the basket.
Thompson scanning the floor. High post Davis. And then Davis punches it home!
You know, that's one that'll stay with us for a while. I mean, Davis, one of those guys that can really electrify a crowd, no matter what building he's in.
Mitchell finds Hunter. Counted from distance. And the Cavaliers lead by 11.
And the clock will wind down on this one. Just a solid effort and a good win for the Cavaliers.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
BA, the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And they've had no trouble finding the win against this squad. They'll wrap up the season series with a clean 3-0 sweep.
Well, once they'd taken the first 2 from them, you could just sense how this one was going to go.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Donovan Mitchell.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
Pass to Thompson. Oh, he nails it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Fantastic to see Klay Thompson deliver when his team needs
pizza basket most.
And Mitchell with the slam.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Pass to Lively. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Money. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Well, it's fun watching Irving share the ball. I mean, when he concentrates on running the offense, this team is really dangerous.
And so it's Cleveland winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep